প্রেম ভরে মনে গাবো রাম কৃষ্ণ নাম, শ্রী রাম কৃষ্ণ নাম, শ্রী রাম কৃষ্ণ নাম। প্রেম ভরে মনে গাবো রাম কৃষ্ণ নাম, শ্রী রাম কৃষ্ণ নাম, শ্রী রাম কৃষ্ণ নাম। অন্তরে যতনে রাখো মনে গাও নাম, অন্তরে যতনে রাখো মনে গাও নাম। দিন কাঙালের ভান রাম কৃষ্ণ নাম, দিন কাঙালের ভান রাম কৃষ্ণ নাম। শ্রী রাম কৃষ্ণ নাম, শ্রী রাম কৃষ্ণ নাম। প্রেম ভরে মনে গাবো রাম কৃষ্ণ নাম, শ্রী রাম কৃষ্ণ নাম, শ্রী রাম কৃষ্ণ নাম। একই বৃন্দে পূর্ণ রে রাধা কৃষ্ণ শ্যাম, একই বৃন্দে পূর্ণ রে রাধা কৃষ্ণ শ্যাম। শিব কালী ব্রহ্মা বিষ্ণু শ্যামা সীতারাম, শিব কালী ব্রহ্মা বিষ্ণু শ্যামা সীতারাম। শ্রী রাম কৃষ্ণ নাম, শ্রী রাম কৃষ্ণ নাম। প্রেম ভরে মনে গাবো রাম কৃষ্ণ নাম, শ্রী রাম কৃষ্ণ নাম, শ্রী রাম কৃষ্ণ নাম। নাম ব্রহ্ম একই যে মনে গাও নাম, জন্ম মরণ সাথী রাম কৃষ্ণ নাম। নাম ব্রহ্ম একই যে মনে গাও নাম, জন্ম মরণ সাথী রাম কৃষ্ণ নাম। শ্রী রাম কৃষ্ণ নাম, শ্রী রাম কৃষ্ণ নাম। প্রেম ভরে মনে গাবো রাম কৃষ্ণ নাম, শ্রী রাম কৃষ্ণ নাম, শ্রী রাম কৃষ্ণ নাম, শ্রী রাম কৃষ্ণ নাম, শ্রী রাম কৃষ্ণ নাম। ओम नमस्ते गुरुवाय विष्णवे परमात्मने स्वाहा। ओम वैदिकानि सचन तुलसी पत्राणि सर्वदेव देवी स्वरूपाय श्रीरामकृष्णाय नमः। वामेतस्मै सोपकर्णाय वामेतस्मै सोपकर्णनैवताय नमः। वामेतस्मै सोपकर्णनैवताय नमः। वामेतस्मै सोपकर्णनैवताय नमः। ओम एतदं पुष्पे सोपकर्णनैवताय नमः। ओम एतदं पुष्पे तदिपते देवाय श्रीविष्णवे नमः। ओम एतदं पुष्पे तत्संपूजनाय सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय श्रीरामकृष्णाय नमः। ओम नैवेद्यं विहितं देव शर्कराभिनिर्मितं मया निवेदितं भक्त्या गृहाण परमेश्वर। ओम वैदिकं सोपकर्णनैवेद्यं सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय श्रीरामकृष्णाय निवेदयामि। ओम एतज्जलं अमृतोपस्फुरणाय स्वाहा। ओम ज्ञानाय स्वाहा, प्राणाय स्वाहा, ध्यानाय स्वाहा, गुणाय
আজি শুভ দিনে মিলিয়ে ভক্ত জন, আজি শুভ দিনে মিলিয়ে ভক্ত জন, গাহো গাহো রাম কৃষ্ণ নাম, গাহো রে জয় জয় রাম কৃষ্ণ নাম, গাহো রে জয় জয় রাম কৃষ্ণ নাম। রাম কৃষ্ণ নামে রাম কৃষ্ণ প্রেমে, রাম কৃষ্ণ নামে রাম কৃষ্ণ প্রেমে, হরিয়া রে জয় জয় রাম কৃষ্ণ নাম, রে জয় জয় রাম কৃষ্ণ নাম। হরিতে ভুবন প্রেম অবতার, হরিতে ভুবন প্রেম অবতার, প্রভু রাম কৃষ্ণ রে জয় জয় রাম কৃষ্ণ নাম, রে জয় জয় রাম কৃষ্ণ নাম। জয় রাম সেই কৃষ্ণ বিশ্বগুরু রাম কৃষ্ণ, জয় রাম সেই কৃষ্ণ বিশ্বগুরু রাম কৃষ্ণ, একাধার শ্যামা শিব গাহো রে জয় জয় রাম কৃষ্ণ নাম, গাহো রে জয় জয় রাম কৃষ্ণ নাম। আজি শুভ দিনে মিলিয়ে ভক্ত জন, আজি শুভ দিনে মিলিয়ে ভক্ত জন, গাহো গাহো রাম কৃষ্ণ নাম, গাহো রে জয় রাম কৃষ্ণ নাম।
ओम ऐमिदं माल्यं सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय श्रीरामकृष्णाय निवेदयामि। ओम ऐमेश सचन्दन बिल्वपत्राञ्जलि, ओम ऐमेश सचन्दन पुष्पबिल्वपत्राञ्जलि, सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय श्रीरामकृष्णाय घोषात्। ओम ऐमेश सचन्दन पुष्पबिल्वपत्राञ्जलि, Pranjali Sarvadeva Devi Sarupaya Sri Ram Krishnaya Bhusha Om Vimeshwara Sachanam Pushparinda Pranjali Sarvadeva Devi Sarupaya Sri Ram Krishnaya Bhusha Om Yeti Gandha Pushpe Shri Ram Krishna Sharana Devatabhyo Namaha Om Yeti Gandha Pushpe Shri Ram Krishna Avarana Devatabhyo Namaha Siddhirbhatme deva tatprasadat maheshwara Sthapakai Chakmasva Sarvadharma Avatara Vanishthayo Ramakrishnayo Te Namaha Vidhinam Priyahinam Mantrahinam Yadarchitam Maya Niveditam Bhaktya Paripurna Tadastu Me Karmana Manasa Vacha Tatvana Annavati Mama Antascharena Bhutanam Rashtakam Parmeshwara Om Vedatman Padam Sivam Om Nirmam Bhaktan Kampa Ishvavataram Parmeshwaritam Ram Krishna Sivasaranam
You have 5 items, but you put one. I could do this, one should first. Yeah, and then put it.
Brahmanustikam Inkarjanikam Swaha Anatma Mandasha Nirmani Kalpana Pramukishta Kanushita Kanushta Kanaspai Nami Virayana Mudini Shivasi Saha Nishikai Payan Chai Om Yukaya Ushat Prakar Vishta Namaspai पद्मपतिकाशो पादं भुजो सुशोभनं शुक्लाम्बरधरां पीतं लज्जावतुभूषितम् प्रसन्नां धनकामार्थमोक्षदां विश्वमङ्गलां भागवतां भक्तानुग्रहकां
অন্তরে জাগিছো গোমা অন্তর জাগি অন্তর জাগিনি অন্তরে জাগিছো গোমা অন্তর জাগিনি অন্তর জমিনে করে করে আছো দিবস জমিনে মা কোলে করে আছো মোরে দিবস জমিনে অন্তর জমিনে অন্তরে জাগিছো গোমা অন্তর জমিনে অন্তর জমিনে সুতের প্রতি কেন স্নেহ সুতের প্রতি কেন স্নেহ যেন পাগলি প্রেমে যেন পাগলি অন্তর জমিনে অন্তরে জাগিছো গোমা কখনো আদর করি কখনো সবলে ধরি শুয়াও অমৃত শোনাও মধুর কাহিনী কখনো আদর করি কখনো সবলে ধরি পিয়াও অমৃত শোনাও মধুর কাহিনী নিরবধি বিচারে এত ভালোবাসো নিরবধি বিচারে কত ভালোবাসো উদ্ধারেছ মারে মারে পতিত ধারি মা উদ্ধারেছ মারে মারে পতিত ধারি অন্তর বুঝেছি বর্ষা মায়া আমি চলিব সুপথে সদা শুনিত ভবানী তোরে মাতৃ স্তন ভক্তির বল তোরে মাতৃ স্তন ভক্তির বল আনন্দে গাহে বোঝায় আনন্দে গাহে বোঝায় ব্রহ্ম সনাতনী আনন্দে গাহে বোঝায় ব্রহ্ম সনাতনী আনন্দ জামিনী অন্তরে জাগিছু গোপাল অন্তর জামিনী অন্তর জামিনী অন্তরে জাগিছু গোপাল जय योगीश्वर त्रिभुवन वंदन भुवन जयी भुवनेश्वरी नंदन ध्यान मगन तुम परमयुदासी नारद ऋषि आवे वन जगवासी कृपा समीरण में उपजाया ब्रह्म जगति में लीला स्पंदन जय योगीश्वर त्रिभुवन वंदन भुवन जयी भुवनेश्वरी नंदन वीर विवेकी अमित सकति धर तेज पुंज तनु कोमलयंतर दया निधे प्रभु लीला नाथ भव माया बंधन हरो नाथ भव माया बंधन जय योगीश्वर त्रिभुवन वंदन भुवन जयी भुवनेश्वरि नंदन भुवन जयी भुवनेश्वरि नंदन भुवन जयी भुवनेश्वरि नंदन।
এখানে যাই একটা বিস্কুট খাই চা বলছিল কোথাও
गुरु नाम सदा शोभा सदा मंगल शुभकारणं गुरुनाम सदा शुभ सदा मंगल शुभकारणं रामकृष्ण परब्रह्म नित्यानन्द शुभकारणं रामकृष्ण परब्रह्म नित्यानन्द शुभकारणं गुरुनाम सदा शुभ सदा मंगल शुभकारणं सदा शांति महामुक्ति सर्व दुख पापनाशनम सदा शांति महामुक्ति सर्व दुख पापनाशनम रामकृष्ण निरहंकार जगत शुभंकर शुभकारणं रामकृष्ण निरहंकार जगत शुभंकर शुभकारणं गुरुनाम सदा शुभ गुरु श्रेष्ठ गुरु धन्य गुरु पाद पूजे अधम गुरु श्रेष्ठ गुरु धन्य गुरु पाद पूजे अधम गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु गुरुदेव माहेश्वरं गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु गुरुदेव माहेश्वरं गुरुनाम सदा शुभ सदा मंगल शुभकारणं रामकृष्ण परब्रह्म नित्यानन्द शुभकारणं रामकृष्ण परब्रह्म नित्यानन्द शुभकारणम्
one canal it's working, but you couldn't do it. All these people are over a month doing it. I don't know if they think it's serious or not. Maybe that's why the scope of this as opposed to something like that or something. Yeah. And then I think there should be a lot less than I think what we say 300,000. I don't think it's much over. Would be 120, 140 for the whole building. Well, yeah, well, that's because you got somebody like I think you can go for 450. I think you can do siding as well. It's just the framing. The framing. Yeah, the framing and the hanging. I actually have imagined yourself that would be an elevation too. So I just need like somebody to frame it and do the foundation so I can take care of the rest. No, I didn't say anything about parking, but liability. Yeah, I'm in Norwalk every week. Yeah. It's the same. This stuff I got in Norwalk is all about bankrupt. That one's landed once it's $11 million home. Stay afloat. 20 minutes. So it's like 4,000. Nobody thinks it's going to rain. That's why it's just going to stay sunny every day.
So should I have this one? You do have first test.
I mean,
Ramakrishna Sharanam, Ramakrishna Sharanam, Ramakrishna Sharanam, Sharanande. Ramakrishna Sharanam, Ramakrishna Sharanam, Ramakrishna Sharanam, Sharanande. Kripahi Kevalam, Kripahi Kevalam, Kripahi Kevalam, Sharante, Prabhu Kripahi Kevalam, Kripahi Kevalam, Kripahi Kevalam, Sharante. Ramakrishna Sharanam, Ramakrishna Sharanam, Ramakrishna Sharanam, Sharande. Sharanagam, 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 Sharande. Prabhu Sharanagam, 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 Sharande. Ramakrishna Sharanam, Krishna Sharanam, Ram Krishna Sharanam, Sharane. Namah Shri Gurave, Namah Shri Gurave, Namah Shri Gurave, Namo Namo. Namah Shri Gurave, Namah Shri Gurave, Namah Shri Gurave, Namo Namo. Ram Krishna Sharanam, Ram Krishna Sharanam, Ram Krishna Sharanam, Sharane. Sharanam, 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 Sharane. Sharanam, 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 Sharane. Ram Krishna Sharanam, Ram Krishna Sharanam, Ram Krishna Sharanam, Sharane. Namah Shri Gurave, Namah Shri Gurave, Namah Shri Gurave, Namo Namo. Namah Shri Gurave, Namah Shri Gurave, Namah Shri Gurave, Namo Namo. Ram Krishna Sharanam, Ram Krishna Sharanam, Ram Krishna Sharanam, Sharane. Kripahi Kevalam, Kripahi Kevalam, Kripahi Kevalam, Sharane. Prabhu Kripahi Kevalam, Kripahi Kevalam, Kripahi Kevalam, Sharane. Ram Krishna Sharanam, Ram Krishna Sharanam, Ram Krishna Sharanam, Sharane. Sharanam, 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 Sharane. Prabhu Sharanam, 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 Sharane. Ram Krishna Sharanam, Ram Krishna Sharanam, Ram Krishna Sharanam, Sharane. Namah Shri Gurave, Namah Shri Gurave, Namah Shri Gurave, Namo Namo. Namah Shri Gurave, Namah Shri Gurave, Namah Shri Gurave, Namo Namo. Ram Krishna Sharanam, Ram Krishna Sharanam, Ram Krishna Sharanam, Sharane. जय श्री गुरु महाराज जी की जय, जय महामाई की जय, जय स्वामी जी महाराज जी की जय.
We'll do the mantra. I'll say a few words, you'll repeat, and we'll do 3 times. Om Kesha Pushpanjali Sangaya
Sangaya
Savarnaya
Savarnaya
Sashaktigaya
Shaktigaya
Saparshadaya
Parshadaya
Sarvadevi Swarupaya
Sarvadevi
Shri Ramakrishnaya Bhushat
Ramakrishnaaya Bhushat
Om
Om
Kesha Pushpanjali
Keshapushpanjali
Sangaya
Sangaya
Savarnaya
Savarnaya
Sashaktigaya
Shaktigaya
Saparshadaya
Parshadaya
Sarvadevi Swarupaya
Sarvadevi Swarupaya
Shri Ramakrishnaya Bhushat
Sri Ramakrishnaya Bhushat
Om
Om
Kesha Pushpanjali
Keshapushpanjali
Sangaya
Sangaya
Savarnaya
Savarnaya
Sashaktikaya
Shaktigaya
Saparshadaya
Parshadaya
Sarvadevi Swarupaya
Sarvadevi Swarupaya
Shri Ramakrishnaya Bhushat
Revered Swamis, Mataji, fellow devotees, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to talk about the expansion project that the center has embarked on. I'm sure you know some of the details here, but what I'd like to do is basically briefly touch upon what this project is all about and share some of the details in terms of cost and funding requirements. And I have my colleague here, co-worker Dan, who will be speaking about some of the details on the project construction stuff. But first, let's understand what this project is all about. The first question is, obviously this project, by the way, is dedicated to the memory of Swami Swananda Maharaj, because it was his vision to have a center like this. And we're dedicating the expansion project in his name, in his honor, in his memory. Now, let's talk about the concept, what this project is encompassing. Number one, it is creating a residence for a monk and also visiting guests, number one. Second, it also encompasses a dining hall also. So for people, individuals who are initiated by Swananda Maharaj, this project, they are emotionally invested in this project because ultimately it's their guru whose vision was this one. For the rest of us, which includes myself, the question is when we come approach someone else in terms of helping us on the project, the question they will have is very logical kind of dimension. First question we'll have is, okay, so what is this project? Is it a nice to have or a need to have? Because as you know, this center operates on a very shoestring budget. So why are we taking this big kind of stuff? Okay, so the question will be different. We will say, is it a nice to have or a need to have? That's the first question. I will dwell with that first minute, but before I do that, let's talk about the construction, how much funding is required. It's estimated at this point, it will cost about $550,000. But as you know, with the tariff situation and everything else, with materials coming from different parts of the world, especially Canada, I think the cost could very well go in the $600,000 range. So we have to be mindful of that. So big money, $600,000. Is it a nice to have or a need to have? I think that question was asked by myself when Swamiji was here back in June. And the answer he gave was, the goal of this project is to have a resident monk at the center. Simple response. Huge implication of what he said. Let me explain. When you have a resident monk here, it's a transformative initiative from a center which was run by the devotees to come under the so-called the domain of the Ramakrishna order control. It's a different kind of a dimension to this one. So one question is, so what? Devotee is run by Ramakrishna Mission. What's the difference? The difference is, as you know, in most of the centers of Ramakrishna, there are flooding of activities that goes on. Okay? That's a very important part. Every day there's a so-called arati, you have lectures going on. It's a very dynamic, it's a flooding of activity that goes on in the environment. So the next question is, so what? Fine. What does it do to me actually? What is the value proposition of this project? So let's talk about that for a minute. But before we do that, let's talk about why do we first come to this center? What is really the purpose of coming in? Is it just checking the box? Or why do we come here? I consider myself to be at the bottommost part of the totem pole on the spiritual path. For me, and I'm sure you will share with a lot of others, we come in here, we want to break away from the so-called Vyavharik world, from the materialistic world, break away to go into some spiritual thing. A little bit of a break from that, number one. You also come here to be in the company of people who are much more spiritually ahead of the curve relative to us. Second, we also want to listen to some of the teachings also. Third, we want to the company, as Thakur said, one of the important things of our spiritual progress is to be in the holy company of people. Because when you come here, we basically share the vibration of the other individuals also. That's uplifting for a lot of people. Okay? Fourth, the fact is when you come in here, you listen to the lecture. But the question is not listening to only, that's not enough. That may be necessary, but not sufficient to make progress in the spiritual life. We have to take it in, understand the stuff, internalize it, and then put it into practice. It is only through that process we basically clean up our mind, we understand a lot of things, and that's how we can make spiritual progress. Now, the question is, as you heard from Sarvapriyanand Maharaj, that, when you come in, you listen to all this interesting, duality kind of, non-dual Vedanta kind of things, very logical, doesn't require any faith assumption. It basically gets you through our lives, normal experiences, takes you through the logical steps, step by step. For people who are on the scientific discipline, it's very, very intriguing actually. But the question is, you listen to all the stuff. What are you doing about it actually? And that's what I think, if you recall, Sarvapriyananda Maharaj talks about. You have to first Stavana, you have to listen to it. You have to do Manana. You have to analyze it, think about it, what is going on, ask questions, everything else, and then in the Tasha. The question is, one may say, oh, we listen to the lecture, I can listen to the YouTube all the time, 24/7. Again, not enough. You have to listen to it, ask yourself questions, and then basically getting clarification, and then only you can internalize it and internally. Here there's a problem in the current environment. We have, at best, one discourse session every month, at best. We come in here, the Swamis come in, he gives us the lecture, you have a 30-minute Q&A session, and then they leave. Now, a lot of people, unlike myself, I ask a lot of questions, much to the annoyance of a lot of attendees actually. Okay? But the question is, you ask. When you ask that, you get a response, then you have other questions. The question, what do you do about that stuff? Nothing. The question is, if you don't ask the question, you basically get clarification, you ask other questions, this whole back and forth drives clarity in understanding what is the really basic tenet of what you heard. Without that, learning Savana 24/7 is not going to do us anything. So the question is, you need access to the individuals, the Swamis who come in here with a lot of experiences. So you have to ask, be in the company, we have private conversation, and then only you can do that. Now here lies the other problem. We know we are in a very small state, very small devotee population, flanked by 4 major centers. 2 on the left, 2 on the right. Big centers, long kind of tenure kind of a thing. But here the problem is access is very difficult because these have a lot of devotee base actually there. But here is a center, small one. If Swamis can be here, you really have access, you get qualification and everything else, which is not possible today. You have only one session every month. So the question is, if you're serious about making spiritual progress, this access to the Swami is very, very important. And this project provides that access that we are longing for a long, long time. The question, gentlemen, it's your decision whether you want to do it or not. The fact of the matter is, cost you about $600,000, a lot of money. We have collected very small amount of money. We have a very steep hill to climb. The question is, you can stay there, not do anything, and expect others to, generous people, to come in and do heavy lifting and get the project on board. But that's not going to happen because we have a very small devotee base. Everyone has to come together. It's our thing. If you're serious, let's get together. Let's pitch in to the best of our ability. And then only we can make this transformative step of this center to become a full-fledged Swami Ramakrishna Order Center. So we can basically get all the benefit, potential benefits that a typical center gets, other devotees at the other centers get, that we are not currently getting it now. So the question is all decisions all yours. So you decide. When we come in, we will be asking for your help. It's up to you to decide whether you want to check the box by just coming here once a month, or you really want to make serious about spiritual progress, which means you need access to Swamis. It's your call. With that, I want to bring Dan. He will talk about some of the project details. Thank you.
Okay. Right, so I'm just going to give you guys an idea of sort of the progress or what we've been doing so far this year and where we're at now. So we've been trying to get soil samples and get all the prerequisites done, even in the earlier part of this year when the ground was still frozen. Finally, we were able to get all the soil samples done and clear everything with the town hall so that we can move forward. So they took a look at things, their building department, and they didn't see any issues with that. So then the second thing that we had to do, or the next thing, was to move forward with getting pricing on building the frame and get an idea of the potential and cost. And that was a big issue in itself, because I would ask people to do things and then a month would go by and nothing would happen and I would have to keep following up. So we finally did get a response on the cost to frame it. So I'm thinking that the process, we're going to build it in sort of a different phases where we get it framed by one person, then I'm going to have it sided and roofed by another person, and then once we get the shell of it done, then we'll take care of everything on the inside afterwards, and we can sort of change the pace once we do that. But so right now we do have some pricing on. I'm still waiting on some other bits, but we do have pricing on the frame and the foundation. So we're in pretty good shape, and so I'm thinking that now that we have that information, that we will be able to move forward, I guess, maybe in the next few months or so, provided that we do something before the ground freezes. But so that's where we're at now. And, if there's any questions?
What is needed in there for?
Yeah, so we're looking to move forward. So if people were wondering, as far as the timing goes, we're looking to start doing something now that we have pricing, because pricing is probably going to change most likely, over the coming months. I mean, the dollar has lost over 10% of its value so far this year. So in terms of commodities, all the commodities are going up. I mean, we've seen the metal prices go up. Some metals have gone up over 40% so far this year. So now would be probably most likely the best time. I'm only speculating. It would probably be good to do something sooner than later in terms of waiting on what's a good time to put the money in, so we can get started and lock in the prices before they change, because that's a variable thing. That's like one of the things I was thinking about with it. Well, I actually just got the quote for the frame and the foundation yesterday. Yesterday morning, and I've been trying to get it for a couple of months. And I still have two people who just couldn't get it in just because it's so, I don't want to say broad, but there's so many different moving parts with it. And then there's the whole thing of, well, is one contractor going to try and do everything with the plumbing and the carpet, where I just want them to frame it, and then I'll handle the rest of it after that, with getting the other people to do things.
No, just so you know.
Well, I think once we give the go ahead, I would think maybe in a couple, it shouldn't take more than a month to do the foundation and the frame and all that. But then, once I get the foundation and frame, I got to put a roof on it and the siding to protect that.
Ladies and gentlemen, all the stuff that's working from behind the scene, it will all be an exercise in futility if we don't have the money. The fact is we have collected only 2% of the funded cost. To understand, we have 98% cliff to climb. So we have to basically get our act together and get started. Otherwise, all the work that's going on, the permit and everything will be going to waste. That's the whole reality that will be there.
Are you the general contractor to make sure everything goes through?
Well, I'm a contractor myself, but I'm going to be using other contractors to do the different aspects of the work.
You will coordinate everything?
Yeah. Let me see what.
As far as I was referring to, was just the cost of doing the foundation slab and the frame building for
Oh, sorry.
ওর কাছে আছে ঠিক আছে আছে
I guess I didn't introduce myself. I'm one of the select few team members that have come forward to help the center collect funding. So we'll be calling you shortly. So please wait for the calls and please think about what I said and then basically act accordingly. We hope I've answered the questions to the best of our ability, but when we come calling on you, you have other questions also, we'll be more than happy to answer. But the reality is, if we are serious about our thing, let's get our hands together and make this project a success.
Namaskar everyone. If you have not seen Dan on many occasions, he is our silent worker. If you see the lawn being mowed, if you see someone on the roof on the weekdays, if you see someone moving in the backyard, that's him. He comes always out of the blue on his own time, and he's manager of Imagineers, which is in Connecticut. They manage 1,000 plus apartment buildings. So it's a huge company. He has a lot of headache, but still finds time for us and without asking. So please consider his time, his effort, and also we request you to, as Deepak mentioned, participate in this. This is everyone-centered. This is all of us together. So please proceed to lunch, and Maharaj will now offer a little prasadi dhoti for the Brahmins who chanted Veda mantra today. So Parth and Siddharth, they have been from the very beginning. They have started their Veda mantra. One is going to medical school, I believe, in SUNY, and the other one will be getting ready for college. But their parents have been kind enough to share their time with us every day. Every time we have their annual. Thank you.
Just to reassure everybody that the project will be in good hands with Dan. A personal experience, this beginning of this month, I mean, you all are family, so I'm sharing. My husband had surgery, the water heater broke the same day, and I thought of nobody else but to call Dan, and he went out of the way, helped and coordinated everything, came home and got it. Uh, so I mean, he was God sent for me in trouble. So the ashram will be in good hands in the project. So therefore,
One other thing that I don't know how many of you have visited our other big centers. I don't know if we have another one that has such a big worship hall as this. Even in Washington, D.C., you have more chairs here than we have. 170, 164. So it's a tremendous start for a center. You have such a beautiful building and everything, that this will really complete everything if we can have this. Okay, now, the next program is this. We're just on time. We'll have lunch, and then we'll have the first talk at 2:30 on Bhakti Yoga by Pravraji Shuddhatma Prana Mataji. This is coming from Ridgely. So try to make sure that everyone is back here by 2:30. We'll do Brahmarpanam now, because there'll be too much of the rush.